I'm happy. I'm happy. That's how happy I am. It's good to be back, in South Africa. And I had a great experience in France. Obviously, it's different to South Africa. Yeah, it's tough in a certain way because South Africa is South Africa, and I miss waking up after a tough game. When I played here, I used to go obviously Kuala the Engen to go get some meat with Scara. That was our recovery daily thing. So there's so much things, and also what I play for, I'm big on purpose, and I work with the foundation, and the thing I like to see what I'm working towards each and every single day, and I see when I'm at home and I can hear the news, and I can read, I can see what's going on in the country, and that's why when I speak after a game, because I care about what's happening in South Africa, it's not things I suck up or I get told, I just speak on what I feel and what's happening in the country at that moment of time. And partnering with Engen, obviously growing up in the township, so as a garage, obviously Engen is there, and as I said earlier, playing sport in the township it takes you away from a lot of things, and not just in the township, in South Africa in general. And we didn't have a lot, but whoever had money, and we would take money and bet against the other team and play soccer in the street, play rugby or play cricket, where you break people's windows, and whoever was the slowest, it gets caught, they get the discipline. Then after you win, you would go to an Engen, and that's where they used to sell the small, and it was on my way to training, so I would always walk past it. He obviously knows what I'm talking about, and we would buy the small fat cooks there with the small palonis, and those are the first memories. And also when you want to go buy a paraffin, and that's what you use at home. So it's a brand that we've known from such a young age, so I don't have to be prepared to talk about the brand. I know it, and now what I'm excited about is actually the brand that we used to go buy a product by is now going back and giving back in the communities, exposing more people into rugby. And I really would love for us with Engen to go to places that most people don't want to go, because I really believe there are a lot of places that they've been exposed to rugby, because rugby is not, it's an expensive sport. You need a lot to be able to play. You can't just, like a soccer ball, put it in the street and start playing. You need to be safe, you need grass and all that kind of stuff, and a lot of people don't have it. So I'm hoping that we can do, because in this modern day, people get the bursary, you only take one child out, and there's other hundreds of kids who are more talented than that. Like in my case, there were other kids who were more talented than me. And now that's why myself and Chesden and many other players go back to our communities and give back, because we know what's there, and so that's the ultimate goal with this partnership.
How special was it lifting that Freedom Cup for the first time since 2009?
Pressure? No, zero pressure. It wasn't pressure from the, it's like we say the whole time, it's privilege. Pressure is what people deal with in South Africa each and every single day. To us, we train it, we've got everything, we find, we've been through far worse things than that. It was more of wanting to achieve something that we haven't achieved. It was exciting. It was, the pressure that we have is not performing at our best. That's what we deal with. But we don't think that this is such a huge, because it's what we do each and every single day. But yeah, we really wanted to win the Freedom Cup, and to us, this was the final, and we said to each other as a group, this is like we're treating this game like a final. I'm not saying it's a final of the championship. We still have a job to do, because you saw what Argentina did, in Australia. So they can also win, the trophy. So we've got a lot to do, but it was a great feeling to win that. Like I said before, we had only seen it in pictures, or when you walk past it and you never get to touch it. But we were so happy as a group that we could finally achieve that. And now it's a rugby championship. We haven't won a full rugby championship. I've never won one, short, full, nothing. So for us as a group, we want to make sure that we can win that, and also keep them in South Africa. I think a lot of people always talk about us. We always win the World Cup, then we come back in between. We want to fight that, and the great thing about it, so many guys are getting opportunities. You're not seeing the same faces each and every single time, because I think time will go, and more, and our team, Coach Russ is creating depth in the team, and he's doing it while we're winning. And it's so good to see younger guys that are trusted in big games like this. Like I said, I think last week, you see there's a lot of young guys with like 7 caps, but they have 2 caps against New Zealand, 1 against Australia, and that's where you want to be. And I think the way we are going, we're going the right way, but obviously we keep on winning. It's the best way to be making change like this.
So yeah, how long did it take for you to decide to come back home, and who was involved in those conversations? Did you approach the
I don't want to talk about that. I can't say that. No, I just after I came home after the season and coming home back home, and when I got home I knew I wanted to come home. But it's more for not just how I'm feeling, but also for rugby reasons. You know, I'm playing for South Africa, and when you play, the season is 2 different seasons. When that one stops, the domestic season in France, then I'm straight into international. So I never get to have a break. And I also, when it starts in France, then I miss a couple of games because I'm playing for South Africa. So it's not fair on the club. It's also not fair on my body. There's no ways I will be able to keep up. And that's one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to come back. And obviously I miss home. You know, when you play, like I said earlier, when you're purpose driven, it's difficult to be taken away, you know, from that. And it's good. It's been good since I've been back, and how things are going in the country is really inspiring. And this era we're in, it's not just in rugby, in sport in general. So the women in sport, the things that they do in the Olympics, you know, people doing well there. And obviously the UFC will come. We might have UFC in South Africa. There are so many great things happening, and I've been inspired by a lot of the women's team, because we all know the challenges they have. You know, the hockey girls that I was speaking to, they to use backup body after they qualified for Olympics. They can't afford to go, you know, that kind of things. To go through that and still be able to beat people and compete with people who have everything, you know, that's what's that's what reminds me how it is to be a South African. And they don't make excuses. They go and play. When they're out there on the field, I remember I had a Zoom call with the hockey girls while at the Olympics. You know, they had to win the next game to try and make it. And they sit there and they're so angry that they didn't win, whether it's number 1 because their games were so close. We don't make excuses. We just fight and keep on going forward. And hopefully things will change. I really do hope more will be invested in all the sports that we have in South Africa, because we have some amazing talent.
How's the nose?
It's good.
Serious kumntu ufana nawe kumntu ufuna uba kule ndawo kuyo ngenye imini naye ufuna udlala phesheya, siphi isifundo lomnika sona okanye ingcebiso ofanele
Udlala phesheya. Inzima brother, because asifani sinabantu, because isonke sidlala ngerini ezingafaniyo. And for him now, like for as reason idlala ngazo nalemsebenzi ngiwenza apha South Africa, especially elokishini, bingenzi sense ngela xesha belipha yabona, funa ugoduka obviously ngizokwenza lo mahluko bendimenza ubendilapha. And nje uthetha nabantu, uthetha isiXhosa, you know, uthetha ilanguage ongayaziyo inzima kakhulu lana. If we are kenye country mhlawumbe kuthiwa English maybe, because abanye abantu bayakwazi uyenza and isebenzele for bona, andifuna ukuthi abantu bangahambi. But if ulehlobo ndilo, then maybe no.
Kabucinga mhlawumbe ungangabi ngumkhokeli wathi udlale kakhulu lapha.
No, can't think into yam funa udlala amabhokobhoko more than anything else. Ukhokheli funa udlala nje, ubona ukuthi udlala amabhokobhoko.
See ya.
Okay, that's it guys. Sorry guys, time was short, but